Harvey Pekar, the man behind the comic American Splendor and the 2003 movie of the same name, was found dead in his Cleveland Heights home this morning.
I am in a cemetery here in Cleveland. Let me tell you a little bit about Harvey Pekar, show you his grave, and tell you a little bit about what everybody leaves here for him. There it is. There it is. There's the grave of, I guess you could say, sort of the legendary Harvey Pekar. Now, do you guys remember him from David Letterman? He was always on David Letterman. But of course, he's best known for American Splendor.
And what about you, young man?
I'm Harvey Pekar.
It doesn't sound like a superhero to me.
Oh, forget this. Why does everybody have to be so stupid?
Here's me, all grown up and going nowhere.
And you have to love the saying. Life is about women, gigs, being creative. And you can see everybody leaves pens for him. That is really cool to see. I remember watching him on Letterman. Now he actually started on Letterman back in 1986. That was his first appearance.
American Splendor. From off the streets of Cleveland, folks, please say hello to Harvey Pekar. Harvey, come out here. Hi, Harvey. You have to come around here. Good. Have a seat.
What do you mean calling me curious, you know? I mean, I met you before the show, you know, and
I meant curious in a fascinating way.
Oh, all right.
A man who has the presence of one who is quite fascinating.
Okay, because I met you before the show. I thought you were a pretty nice guy, you know. And
yeah, well, I think
I made him, you know, I might be nursing a viper in my bosom.
No.
You know, something like that.
You're a little defensive about this, huh?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm waiting for those Cleveland jokes, you know. Go ahead.
All right.
And then he kept being invited back. And it was funny because the appearances were actually noted for being hostile.
And, you know, kind of get out of the rut you're in.
Rut?
Yeah.
How would you describe the rut, Harvey?
We do the same thing all the time, you know, over and over every night.
Harvey, you didn't get the memo about the dress code, I guess, did you?
I think I'm looking real nice. Everybody else compliment. You're a hard guy. You're a hard guy. You're a hard guy to. What are you talking about, man? This looks nice.
Yeah, no, it really
You don't
is.
look so hot yourself. Sneakers and a suit. That looks weird, man.
So let's talk about your summer. What did you do this summer?
I worked. What did you do?
But he always went back. And after Harvey died in 1994, Letterman actually reflected on that in 2017.
Harvey Pekar.
Right, okay.
And he was great. He was tremendous. He would just go after stuff. He would whine. He would go after me. He would go after the network. He would go after everything in a very committed way. It wasn't a gag. It wasn't an act. He would really go to work on you.
Right. And he meant every word of what he was saying.
Yes, he was anti-establishment in a way that you don't see guys like that anymore.
So in 1986, Doubleday actually collected much of the material for American Splendor, The Life and Times of Harvey Pekar. And then the film adaptation came after that. Now the film adaptation of American Splendor was released in 2003, and it actually starred Paul Giamatti as Pekar. And it had appearances by Pekar himself. Let's talk a little bit about his death. Now, just before 1 a.m. on July 12th, 2010, Pekar was found passed away by his wife. Now, he actually lived not far from here in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And although no cause of death was initially given, it was actually an overdose. of antidepressants. It's a tragic loss, and he really, really was a pioneer for kind of all things pop culture when you think about it. But that's the grave. Now, there is a legacy to Harvey. In 2012, a statue of Pekar was installed at the Cleveland Heights University Library, where he visited almost daily. And on July 25th, 2015, the city of Cleveland Heights, where he lived, dedicated the corner of Northwest Coventry Road to the life and legacy of Harvey Pekar. It's now known as Harvey Pekar Park. But there's the grave of Harvey Pekar. Alrighty guys, I'm really glad I got to show you the final resting place and talk a little bit about Harvey Pekar and share this experience with you. I'm glad you came along with me. Time is the most important thing we have, and the fact that you spent it with me means a lot. So I thank you for that. Hit that subscribe button below. Let's go on more adventures together. Like I said, I'm traveling through a few states right now, and I want to show you some pop culture, true crime, celebrity graves, and filming locations. Now, of course, before I go, I have to show you this. I'm going to leave my pen to Harvey. So, here goes. There you go. My pen to Harvey. Right there. Rest in peace, Harvey. Thanks for watching, guys. From sunny Cleveland, Ohio, I appreciate you, and let's go on more adventures. Peace.